good, to be honest. It's everything we wanted it to be. So, you know, the fact that we still have to wait a couple of months, we're like losing our minds. We're like, yeah, put it out now. We're extremely happy with the way it came out. We're ecstatic about the way that the first 2 songs have been received. I mean, it's everything you want, you know? It's everything you want in a new album and in a setup and in the fans' reaction, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was quite different, you know? I mean, only from the standpoint of it was just 2 new people, you know? We've always written music together, you know? Like, we all bring stuff in on our own, and, you know, it was like it was just getting to know 2 new writers, you know, with Chow and with Tooge, you know? But other than that, it was, yeah.
Our process pretty much has always been the same,
Mm-hmm.
you know, as far as how we write. It was amazing to work with him. Obviously, we already had that relationship from him mixing. Corey's done other projects with Jay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like having another member in the band. You know, all of us respect his opinion, and he got the best out of everyone. And it was because there was already that relationship there. It made it very comfortable for us to make this record. It was just like us jamming, and then all of a sudden we had this record. I mean, it was crazy.
It's very collective. Yeah, I mean, it's like I said earlier. I mean, we all bring stuff in. We bring ideas in. Sometimes it's riffs, sometimes it's full ideas and whatnot. But it really doesn't become a song until we've all really played on it, you know. And that's kind of the way we've always worked. And with this album, it's particularly refreshing to be able to show that as well. You can hear it in the recording as well. Like we always look at things from the perspective of how will this sound as a band, what will the band bring to this idea, and how will it change a little bit, but then become the song that it was meant to be, you know. And we kind of knew right out of the gate what it was going to feel like because we did the demos live as well. So that got us really fired up and excited about the prospect of going in and recording the way we did in the studio. So yeah, from that point of view, we've always brought stuff in and worked on it as a collective. And it's never a finished song until it feels like the band has really put their mark on it. Well, that was an idea that
Johnny Chow brought.
Johnny, yeah. He brought the main idea for that in. We did a little bit of arrangement on it, but then once again, I mean, it changed a little bit once the band started playing on it. Like little things changed here and there. Lyrically, I always like to kind of go where the music takes me instead of trying to force a certain idea onto the music itself. So I just kind of went with the groove of it instead of trying to make it something too heavy. I think that's what brings out the natural hook and the natural melody and stuff that, you know, maybe somebody else would just kind of naturally gravitate towards a heavier vocal, whereas I'm more interested in looking for the hook in it and finding something that's going to catch people off guard, you know. And it encouraged a lot of what we did musically as well. It was I keep the reason a secret. But it's named that for a reason. Let's put it that way. A lot of people ask me if it's because of Blur or anything like that. I'm like, no, it has nothing to do with song 2. The song itself, it's named that because, you know, like I said, of the reasons that I have. But lyrically, it's just dealing with, you know, that sort of love that you hope for. You know, that sort of love that you wish for. The sort of love you see in movies. Maybe you don't necessarily see in real life, but you hope for it, you look for it, you sometimes have to fight for it. That was a song that started out very much just an acoustic song with me singing and whatnot. But then, you know, like I said, once we got into the studio and the whole band started to really kind of build musically on top of it, that's when it really kind of came into its own. And it really took off once you kind of started messing around with.
I decided not to play.
Yeah, it was interesting.
I was originally going to write the guitar solo to the song. That was the plan, and I messed with it for a couple days, and I really didn't like anything that I was coming up with. I felt like it really didn't make the song better. And I hinted to Jay Rustin, you know, I was like, I hear slide guitar. The reality is this: I can't play slide guitar. You know, it would be cool if we had like, you know, I threw Derek Truck's name out there just because he's such a phenomenal player.
Yeah.
And Jay was like, well, I know this pedal steel player. We can try that and see what happens. I'm like, yeah, that'd be cool. And he played the basic track, you know, throughout the song, and it was so good that I was just like, he should do the guitar solo also, because
Yeah.
it just makes sense. The song, that's what it needs, and it makes the song better than me playing a regular guitar solo on it. And yeah, and I mean, I think the addition of the pedal steel definitely was a new direction for us.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know if you would consider them metal, but for me, I was listening to Kiss at the age of 3, and they were my first show at the age of 5.
Jerk.
Yeah, and so
What?
for
Tell
me,
them what tour it was.
Dynasty. So, yeah, I mean, so I can't necessarily pick one song. So I would say, you know, I'm sure it would have been something off of Destroyer or Rock and Roll Over or Love Gun.
I think the first metal song I heard was Paranoid by Black Sabbath. That really made me feel like, whoa, this is amazing. You know, and obviously you start kind of exploring from there. The first metal show, God. That's a damn good question. Maybe, this is good, the Scorpions in '85. I think we got free tickets. They were playing in Cedar Rapids, and yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, I guess we would consider them metal. You know, it's more hard rock, but yeah, it was pretty cool. Bonjour mes amis, je m'appelle Corey Taylor,
And Josh Rand.
avec Stone Sour, and you are watching United Rock Nation. Make sure to check out our new album, Hydrograd, which is coming out June 30th. And we will see you all very, very soon on the road.
Thank you.